And welcome back. Time for Cinema Corner with producer Charles here, the man who knows all the stuff about the movies, both big screen and small screen. And I don't even have to ask. Everything is secondary to the first thing you're going to mention, and it's just one word. And it's also a part two.
Yep.
Like they didn't get enough in part one. Right?
We got to talk about the big one first.
Okay.
Wicked for Good. It's here. It's been a year.
Yeah, it has.
So this is part 2 to 2024's Wicked.
Okay.
So everybody's back from the first one. Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, the whole entire A-list cast. So this was filmed back to back with part 1. So everything was shot right together, just spaced out. Now, per usual from the first one, Ariana and Cynthia are still amazing performers. I think they were honestly perfectly cast for these roles.
Okay.
I feel like they were probably the ones made for taking up those roles in the big screen.
Do you know if anyone else was considered?
I don't know. I
haven't heard. It usually comes out years after.
Yeah. If you liked the first one, I don't know. You might like the second one. You might not. It's very divided online.
Really?
So, yes.
I mean, they just continued shooting. It's not like they waited, years to shoot part 2.
And I've heard that the second act of the Broadway version also has a lot of, people aren't the biggest fans of the second act.
Okay.
So I think that carries over into the film. So in my opinion for this part 2, the first half of it was kind of slow. I felt like we were kind of dragging with everything, but then once the second half of the film, I felt like we were rushing everything to get everything in at the end.
I know exactly what you're talking about because at first when I was watching, I was just kind of going, okay, all right.
So the pacing is not the best in part 2.
Okay.
I don't know how the Broadway version is with pace-wise, but I know a complaint for part 2 on Broadway, Act 2 of Broadway, are the songs aren't as good as part 1. And I would agree with that for the film as well.
Okay.
And they did write 2 original songs for the part 2 here, for Good. Were they necessary? Probably not, but they weren't bad songs, It's Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home. So one for Cynthia, one for Ariana. So in my opinion, I liked Cynthia's No Place Like Home better. The song itself,
Yeah.
Not like performance. They both did great, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, the second purchase was not as good as the first one in my opinion. Now, is it a bad movie? No.
Okay.
But as a part 2 compared to part 1, doesn't live up to it in my opinion. But I still enjoyed it. Now, just like the first part, considering they were filmed back to back, Ariana and Cynthia do sing live on set. So when they're singing in the film, they are singing in person. It's not.
That doesn't always happen.
Right. No, it's very, very rare. So it just shows how talented they are as vocalists.
The last one I remember is Les Miserables. Les Mis.
Yeah.
Where they sang live. It was being recorded as that.
And that's hard to do when you've got so much action going on on the set too. So especially on one of them, with the one with Jeff Goldblum, Ariana's running all around. So that that breath control is impressive.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. Now the one part a lot of people also don't like is Michelle Yeoh's casting. Michelle Yeoh, she's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah.
But I would agree she was maybe miscast. And I've seen that she even turned down the role, but they really wanted her for it. But a lot of people were like, Shirley Ralph should have got it, or some other people that auditioned for it. Because Michelle Yeoh doesn't have that musical background,
That happens in different musicals.
So I think that a lot of people threw them for that. I will say, it is fun to see the Wizard of Oz stuff sprinkled throughout. You don't get much of it, though, so don't be expecting to see, the whole Wizard of Oz story,
Right. Well, this is really the backstory of all of that.
Yeah. I saw somebody say that Wicked is like the documentary.
Yes.
And the Wizard of Oz is Oz's propaganda story.
Oh, okay.
And I think that matches very well, in all honesty.
To a degree, sure.
Yeah. So
Do we get a lot of Jeff Goldblum?
Not a whole bunch. About the same amount as the first one.
All right.
You do get a very poorly de-aged CGI version of him at one point, though. Now, take this how you want it to, but there's already talks of another film set in the Oz world that doesn't focus on Glinda and Elphaba. Do I think we need another Wicked esque film, no, I do not.
You have no idea what it's about.
No, I think there's just talks. I know that some people have suggested a Fierro backstory for Jonathan Bailey. I don't know. I don't feel like there's really any characters in there we need another story of, personally.
I think all the questions have been answered.
Yeah.
There are no unanswered questions to deserve a third film.
It would have to be a prequel, and at that point, it's not necessary. But I guess we'll see when the time comes.
Okay.
Now,
maybe a story about, the Wicked Witch of the East.
Well, she's technically in this.
Yeah, but I mean the backstory of her.
I mean, her backstory kind of goes along with Elphaba's, though.
I know. What about the Good Witch of the South?
Well, we don't ever see her in this, so I guess
See?
maybe.
There it is. She's the real power behind all of this.
Right. I mean, well,
Even the wizard answers.
is Glinda south or is she north? Do they ever
Good
say?
Witch of the North.
She's the north? Okay. Okay. Well, worldwide, it's already made $226 million in its opening weekend.
I read that.
Wicked last year made, I think it was 164-ish million, so it's double that basically. And its budget for this part 2 was 150 million. So
Really?
Yep.
Oh, they've done well.
Oh yeah, and it's opening weekend. It's the holiday week this next weekend, so I'm sure it'll even jump higher.
Did you watch 1 and then 2 right
No,
away?
I did not.
Okay.
I watched the 1 last year.
Have they done that? I'm sure they've had to do
They
those.
did do a back-to-back, so it was like 5.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That might be a fun way to watch it.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if I'd want to sit there for 5.5.
Well, they did have an intermission between the two parts.
Yeah.
So, you get a little bit of a
Okay.
stand-up and everything.
All right.
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. So for Wicked last year, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I know.
So,
All right. Not disappointing,
No.
but not quite where you
Right.
thought it would be.
There were some points when I was kind of just ready for it to be over, in all honesty.
Okay.
So, I mean, but it's not a bad film. I feel like people are very divided on where they sit with how they liked part 2. So.
All right. Well, good. It's 3.5 out of 5 is still a good rating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that says it's made it. I mean, Charles said, good movie, should go on to much more success.
Yeah, exactly. Now, moving on to some of the smaller releases that came out, overshadowed by Wicked for Good this weekend.
Yeah.
So first up, we have Rental Family. This is a PG-13 comedy drama that follows an American actor in Tokyo struggling to find a purpose when he lands an unusual gig, working for a Japanese rental family agency where he plays stand-in roles for strangers. He rediscovers purpose, belonging, and a beauty of human connection. Now, taking on our American in Tokyo, we have the talented Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
And I will say I love, in these last recent years, how much more we've got to see of him. He is,
Has come back.
yes, he is such a talented person. Such a talented man. So the script for this was actually started developing back in 2019. And then 2023 is when Brendan Fraser joined on. It's a very sweet movie. It's a very easy watch, I wouldn't say comforting, but it's a relaxing film. You're not going to be on edge. You're not going to be, questioning or wondering what's going on.
No.
So,
I want to say I've seen a little clip from it.
maybe.
And yeah, Brendan Fraser is very good. Of course, in some of the crowd scenes, he stands like 1.5 feet taller than anyone else in the crowd. But as I understand, this is based on something that really happens in Japan.
I didn't fully look into it, but yes, I heard that they're actually like these
Yeah.
rental family things, which I was like, that's kind of crazy.
Well, if you want a grandma to just, and it's for what the person needs, like a
Yeah.
grandma to serve him lunch or
Yeah.
something like that.
And this film really makes you realize you don't know what's going on in other people's lives, and that human connection that people need, and sometimes they just don't have it, unfortunately. And so that's where the rental family agency comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say it is interesting. While filming, Fraser rented a hedgehog for the day to keep on film for the theme for the film.
Really?
I was like, that's cute, especially a hedgehog. That's kind of fun.
I like that.
So yeah, worldwide it's made 3.3 million so far. I don't know the budget on that one,
Okay.
but I would say it's probably smaller. But,
Yeah.
My rating.
Is it an indie film?
I don't know
or
if
is
I
it-
call it an indie film, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
Maybe you
is
could
it,
argue.
is it one of the big movie producers, though, or
It's Searchlight Films.
that's big enough?
So I don't know if I'd consider it indie, but they're more of the distributor, too.
Yes,
So
yes.
I can't remember who the
Okay.
production companies were. So I'm not sure exactly if you consider it indie or not. But I also gave this one a 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
So it's a
So
good
as
one.
good as Wicked 2.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that's kind of the theme with these movies today. They all have the same rating.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good.
So-
well, that means we're getting some good movies
Right.
out during the holidays.
Exactly.
Good.
Okay, how about a little R-rated action war film?
Yep.
So this is
For it.
Sisu, Road
Yes.
to Revenge. So a man returns to dismantle his family's house where they were murdered in the war to rebuild it elsewhere. When the killer, a Red Army commander, tracks him down, a brutal cross-country pursuit begins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sisu came out. The first one came out, I believe, 2023. I think it's been.
It's
So-
been a couple, yeah.
Did you watch the first one?
Yes, I've seen the
Did
first
you like it?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of rough.
It is.
I mean,
These
it's
are
gritty.
violent, gory kind of movies,
Yeah, but you just go just when it happens the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember watching Sisu. I was not expecting to really, I went to watch it just to watch it.
Uh-huh.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I think if you liked the first one, you're gonna like the second one.
Okay.
It doesn't go off the beat like the beats of the
Well,
first one,
where are you going to go off?
Exactly, exactly. Right.
It's
so
pretty out there in some ways.
exactly. In case you're not familiar, Sisu is a French concept describing a special kind of courage, grit, and resilience that allows a person to persist through extreme adversary.
Now you said French. You mean Finnish?
Finnish. Did I say French?
I think so.
Yes, Finnish. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Finnish. So Jorma Tamila returns as our main leading character. Then joining for this one, we have Stephen Lang and Richard Brake. So some names that are a little familiar, but not like crazy big names.
Exactly.
But it's, like I said, exactly what you'd expect. If you've seen the first one, it's very similar. Violent, gory action, which, sometimes people enjoy.
Yes.
You know?
A lot of times it's surprising, though.
Yeah.
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 It's an interesting film.
I will say, you have to suspend you just suspend the disbelief, because
Yeah.
there are some things that you're like, that can't happen in real life.
Well,
But you
that's
have to
true.
have that suspension of belief, I will applaud Jorma for his ability for nonverbal acting, because his character doesn't
Yes.
talk, and
Nope.
he portrays all those emotions and feelings and thoughts very, very well.
Oh, you see it. You know what's going on in his
Yeah.
mind, and yet he doesn't say a single
Nope.
thing.
No. So I applaud him for that. So worldwide, it's made 5.9 million. I was a little
Oh.
surprised that was higher than Rental Family.
Yeah.
Honestly, budget of, I had to translate it from euros, 12.7 million US dollars, which makes it one of the most expensive Finnish films created.
All right.
So, but rating, like all the other ones, 3.5 out of 5.
3.5. Another good
So,
one for the holiday.
exactly.
I don't know if it's for the kids, though.
no. Don't
it's
take the
not-
kids. Don't
no,
take
no.
the kids.
It's rated R, right?
Yes.
Yeah, rated R. And it's not for talking. It's for violence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this last one comes out this week, Friday.
Okay.
So this is called The Thing with Feathers. It's an R-rated British drama. It's based on the book Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter. So after a tragic loss, a grieving father tries to raise his young sons whilst dealing with an unlikely, unpredictable, and uninvited house guest.
All right.
So taking on our lead role of Dad is the one and only Benedict Cumberbatch. The extremely talented.
That sold me right there.
If Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, he's going to bring us all because he is just a powerhouse of an actor.
Yeah, he is.
So, also for in this film, the embodiment of grief is in the form of a crow. And so the voice of Crow is David Thewlis.
Thewlis?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'd probably recognize his voice. If you ever watched Big Mouth, he was the shame wizard.
Oh, okay. All
You know?
right. Yeah.
So it's a very well done film, especially when it comes to showing grief. Unfortunately, we all experience grief at some point in our life.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it affects us a little harder than other times,
Sure.
But how they bring about where the crow is the embodiment of grief and how it pushes you, certain ways. I think it's very well done. Plus, the way they go about portraying Crow, it's not CGI. It's an actual suit somebody's in. And they're actually in the set, on set. So I really liked that and the practicalness of it instead of CGI.
Okay.
So, like you could expect, Cumberbatch, an amazing performance. But he has 2 sons, and they're really good in their roles, and these are their first roles ever. So they've got some promise to them.
Okay.
So this comes
How
out.
old are the sons? I mean,
Oh,
they're
they're-
not little kids.
No,
are
they're
they?
probably between 5 and 10.
Okay.
So I mean, not little,
little
but
enough.
but not teens or anything. So this hits theaters this Friday, 3.5 out of 5 for my rating as well.
Very good.
So, but then also this week we have some pretty good ones coming out.
All right.
So ahead of Thanksgiving, hitting theaters Wednesday, we have Zootopia 2,
Okay.
which great one for the family.
Yep.
Then I'm very excited for this one. This is called Eternity, starring Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, and Callum Turner.
Okay.
So for this one, basically you have a week after you die to decide where you're going to go for your afterlife. Well, Elizabeth Olsen, she has her old husband who passed in the war and her new husband she has to decide between. They're all 3 in the afterlife.
Ah.
So I'm very excited for that one.
Interesting.
And then another really good one, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Knives Out.
Yes.
Okay.
So this has a limited theatrical release, and Alamo is showing it some this weekend before it hits Netflix in December.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So-
I was wondering why limited
Yeah.
release.
So it's a Netflix film.
Yeah.
So one and only Kaylee Spaney from Springfield, she's in this one.
Okay.
So it's per usual for any Knives Out film.
Okay.
Star-studded cast.
Yes.
Absolutely. Love the Knives Out franchise, in all honesty.
Yeah, me
and Rain Johnson says he'll make them as long as he can. So,
They are really well done.
oh, absolutely.
Obviously, because you're going into a 3rd iteration of it, but it's like really well done, terrific acting, great plot, great twists. I mean,
Yeah.
it has everything.
Yeah. So then coming to streaming this week, we have some good ones as well. So
Okay.
today, hitting on Hulu, we have The Ugly Stepsister. This is kind of a dark iteration of Cinderella.
Yeah.
And it focuses more on the stepsister.
Right.
So probably not for the family, just because it's related to Cinderella. Don't let the kids watch it. But
It's not Disney?
it is not Disney.
Not
No.
Disney. Okay.
Then this Friday, we have Bride Hard with Rebel Wilson hitting Hulu. It's a fun comedy one. So,
okay.
yeah. I enjoy it. I mean, is it anything crazy different from what you'd expect? No. But it's a cheesy action comedy.
All right.
Okay. And then for the kids, we have Prep and Landing, the Snowball Protocol hitting Disney+.
The Snowball Protocol.
Yes.
I like that.
So that's what we have this week in theaters and coming out.
Okay, within the next couple of weeks, just good stuff.
Yep.
That's terrific. Any things you're looking forward to even a little farther down?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Kind of the big ones for the rest of this year are this point in time.
Okay. So lots to see at the big screen. Few things that are pretty good that are coming on the small screen as well. And you heard about it right here on Cinema Corner. We'll see you next week.